All right. My brain don't keep up with my fingers. All right. Maybe I'll get some people in here. Who knows? I don't usually have a whole lot of people come in for my live streams. But that's okay. We can't all be super popular, can we? But that's all good. All good, my friends. Let's have a party. It's Friday. Let's have a party. Concurrent viewers. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means I'm watching or if someone else is watching. I don't really know. I don't know unless you make a comment, guys. Comment. Leave me as the comment. Let's have some chit-chat going on, guys. I'm going to even raise my chair up a smidgen. Look at there. I'm up here a little further. I sit really low on my chair. I like sitting down low. I don't know why. Get low, get low, get low. That's how I like it. That's what she said. All right. As the title says, yes, this is my 200 pew pew subscriber celebration. Now, I've had 200 subscribers now for about a week, I noticed. But I wanted to wait a few days just, to let it fluctuate and see if it changed. But so far, last I checked, I have 201. So I didn't want to jump the old gun or, count the old chickens before they hatched. And after this, I'll probably lose a few of you. Who knows? Who knows, guys? If you're in here and you know how to comment, leave a comment. It's right there. Very easy to do. You go, chit-chat, and then you chit-chat, and we go back and forth, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? You're like, hey, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. That's how that works. Let's get something opened up on this screen so I don't look all red. I know I have high blood pressure, but geez, I don't want to be looking all red. I don't want to be looking all red. I'm not red. I'm tan color. Guys, if we can be picky and choosy as to what colors we might be. Let me get this up over here. Get that off here. Get that right here. Go like this right here. Go like that. Go like this. Hit right there. And there. Now I'm all beautiful and illuminated. I am illuminated. He says I'm the Illuminati. I'm unsubscribing. Get out of here. Illuminati. I think I seen Bigfoot in the Illuminati one time. I was playing shuffleboard with a Loch Ness monster. Oh, me. Beautiful, beautiful Friday. It is raining here in West Tennessee. Or it was. It was. I don't know if it still is. It's dark. I can't tell. I didn't do my walk tonight because of that. Not because of laziness. I enjoy doing my walks. It gets me out there and I get to hear my neighbor's dog bark the whole entire time, which just really sets the mood, Sets the mood. Here. Man. My fingernails driving me crazy. It drives me crazy. I'm going to adjust my camera and put it down a smidgen. Down. Down, boy. If I can. Ooh, wonder what that's going to look like. Do I look any different? A little bit maybe. I don't need so much attention to my ceiling, you know. We don't have to look at my ceiling, right? Man. Sorry, guys. My fingernails driving me crazy. I get crazy and I start picking at them. They grow out nice and pretty, and then I pick at them. I used to bite them, but not in years. Let me do that one more time. Ooh, look at there. Ooh, maybe I like that better. Yeah, get a glimpse of this. Get a glimpse of that. All right. I could live stream all night. I feel pretty good today. Pretty darn good. I have all kinds of good stuff going on with the channel. All kind of new things that I'm looking to bring in, and it's really exciting, and it's making me happy. I'm just waiting for, as I've said before, Mr. Stimulus. And some of us might be receiving them even this weekend, from what I'm hearing. So maybe we'll be in that bunch. Both times. Here, let me transition that. Transition, I tell you. So, both times that we've gotten stimulus checks, we've gotten them with no problem. Like right as they start releasing, doing them. So, we're kind of counting on this one to be able to do some things. And I'm really counting on it to be able to bring more stuff into my channel and to get some things. And yeah, so I got my fingers crossed that we're going to get this one just as easily as we did the last two. A lot of people don't like stimulus checks. They think it's wrong, that it's not good. I don't care. You know what? I'm poor. I'm a school bus driver. I make horrible money. You would laugh if you knew what I made. Well, maybe not laugh, but you would shake your head and be like, my God, man, you deserve more. You deserve so much more. And I'd be like, you're right. I do. As do all bus drivers and all teachers. So, even the worst ones. You know why? Because we're at least babysitting your kids. So, yeah. We need a little bit more compensation, guys. And, hey, at least these little stimulus checks are giving us a nice little boost and a little bit of happiness, if even for a minute. So, you might not like them, but I'm loving them. You can give them to me again. So, and I assume this will probably be the last one, because that's a lot of money. America don't have any money. We don't have any money. We're just printing money. We don't know what we're doing, right? But hey, we've been enjoying our stimulus money. Some of it's went on some important stuff, and some of it's went on a lot of fun. I.e., some of this is because of it. And some of what I'm bringing into the channel new is because of it. So, anyway, there's a lot that's going to happen, and a lot of good stuff. And you're seeing one piece of the puzzle behind me. I've already done a video on it. I uploaded it yesterday. I hope you watched it. New addition to my family over there. Bench. Meet the Mikieson family. Mikieson family, meet the bench. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a really interesting little story. And, of course, I'm long-winded whenever I talk sometimes. So, but I like to tell people the full story of things. Whenever I'm going to talk, if I'm trying to, talk about certain things, I like to tell the full story as best I can, and then if I screw up, then I go back and I do it again. So, I'm one of those people that tries to be really detail-oriented, I don't like to give wrong information. So, even on myself and my channel and what have you. Anywho, I might be live streaming a video game later on my other channel. Old Mental Pickle, OldMental is the first word, and last is pickle. That's just where I live stream video games. It could be anything from old school to new school. I don't have any of the new consoles, so by new school I mean computer. I just haven't bought into the new consoles. So far, this is 2 generations. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS. I haven't bought into those 2 generations right there. I fell out of gaming after the 360 and PS3 era, and I've only played like a couple of games along, ever since, since that time. And I just kind of fell out of it. And here lately I was able to buy a new computer, a new gaming computer, and of course that's what I'm using for all this, and that's allowing me to play some new games, and boy are they crazy. Graphics have really improved since the 360 and PS3 and the Wii. They've really improved since then. That don't mean the games are always better, but they look good. So, if you're interested in that, that's where I do my live streams, on Old Mental Pickle. Now, I do have some video game related stuff here on this channel, on mikiesonTV, and I'll continue to have some video game related stuff here. More like talking about it, or maybe playing a game that's not live stream or something if I'm doing something, just something video game related. But like anything live stream will be through the Old Mental Pickle. So anyway, as you can see, like I said, I got the new addition to the family right here. I have another product on order. I'm waiting for it to ship from Canada. It could take upwards of 8 weeks from what I'm told. So that's the only bad part. But I'm waiting for some dumbbells to come in. They look real nice. It's just one set of dumbbells, but the weights come on and off, and it comes with the weights, and you can adjust the weights what you want, from like 5 pounds up to 110 per dumbbell. And yeah, right now that's all I'm doing is dumbbells. I'm not going to get into barbell presses and all that stuff. I might end up getting a cambered bar, easy curl bar, whatever you want to call it. And I might end up getting something like that and just getting a little weight for that. Again, it's not about lifting heavy weights. It's just about lifting some weights and getting some strength training to go along with my cycling and my walking and whatever. And even my cycling, I'm not going to be doing that as hardcore as I was. This whole winter I've taken off basically and only gotten a few rides in. Congrats on 200, dude. Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, and appreciate your channel. I was watching something earlier with you and a couple other guys, Bertman, and a couple of other ones on there, and I forgot what it was about, but I was watching it, and hope I gave you a thumbs up, and I don't know if I commented because I was kind of doing stuff today, but yeah, I appreciate you guys, and again, I'm going to check out your channel and a couple of other ones. I know that you, some of you guys subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it. I don't want to get too many like movie related channels because a lot of them are kind of combined together. There's a lot of people that collaborate and kind of do stuff or talk about the same thing. But if someone sticks out and I feel like they offer something a little different, then usually I'll subscribe to them. And I watch every video you put out. I thumbs up every video. I comment, even if it's just good video, whatever. So I always try to support the people that I'm subscribed to, even if they're not subscribed to me. That's not how it goes. You don't expect people to subscribe. If they do, that's great, but it's okay. Hey, I appreciate you guys too. I appreciate what you guys do. You seem real down to earth, just real people, and that's what I like. Just like with Brad and Bertman, Brett Man. I don't know how I even met them online. I don't know if I just ran into their channel, if I met them through a live stream or some kind of something on maybe Drum Dums or Dave McCrae's. I don't remember, but I started watching them and I subscribed instantly, and I just really connected with them. They're just down to earth, and I like that. So, simple guy. I like simple people. But yeah, I'm gonna check out your channel, and there's a couple others. Destiny FOMO, if I'm saying her last name correctly, I can't remember. I'm gonna check her out and see what she's got going on, and a couple of other guys. So yeah, it's a battle out there on YouTube or social media in general. Trying to get yourself noticed, and I'm not doing this for money. Even if I was able to monetize, I probably wouldn't monetize unless I had an obscene amount of subscribers and can make good money. I'm just, I'm here. I started YouTube to just connect with people and to help to inspire people to do other things, to stay busy mentally and physically and do things you enjoy. And, I'm not here for the money or anything. I'm here to connect, and that's all I care about. So, and I know most people are in YouTube and Twitch and all these kind of things to get monetized, and that's great. But that's not my end goal. Even though I could use it, I'm a school bus driver. I don't make any money. You likely made more money on your first job working at McDonald's or wherever you worked part-time while you were in school than I do driving a school bus, having to go through all the training and all the stuff that we got to do every day and every year and all this stuff. You wouldn't believe it. It's very hard to stand out. I love talking movies. Yeah, I like talking movies to an extent. I don't keep up with a lot of new stuff. It's just like with music. I can't connect. And I don't know if I just got to that age, And you know how kids always look at their parents, well, they're out of touch, they're old. I don't know if I got to that point or if it's just really everything just sucks like I think it does. I don't see anyone great in music, and my music is kind of I don't know, it's all over the place with older stuff, but on newer stuff I can't really seem to fit in anywhere. Like, I grew up listening to disco and rap and R&B and breaking and more of that kind of dance vibe kind of music, and then I slowly incorporated a little bit of other stuff in there, a little bit like with the hair bands and the glam rock and all that kind of stuff. And then now later into my later years, I still like all my stuff like that, but I've also welcomed in like classic rock, like Boston or Foreigner or Journey, stuff like that, But some of my favorite music in the world is just I don't think it's really represented any today. I don't know, I can't connect. And then movies, everything has been done and done and done a million times. So I don't know. It's like we're just seeing the same stuff over and over. What's up, Mike? Congrats to 200 subs, my friend. You earned it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, you did too. You guys do a lot of work, and that's the truth. You guys are constantly doing something, and really, I hope the best for you guys. You deserve it. The reason that I liked your channel and subscribed instantly is because, like I was telling J-Man, I just connected with you guys. You just seem like normal dudes that talk and act on a normal level, and I connect with that, There's some people that like to get overly complicated with like talking about movies or music or what have you, and it kind of loses me, even I like Dave McCrae, but sometimes he kind of loses me, and so we all have our things that we enjoy. I still am subscribed to Dave McRae. I was just kind of comparing you two. You know, you guys are more my speed. It took me a while to even like Dave McRae. I think I ran into him by watching Lee from Dumb Drums, and probably his Halloween stuff is what caught my attention, as you know, at that time as well. And but I remember watching him, and I was like, man, this guy's getting on my nerves. And then I'd go to, you know, another channel or something, and then I'd find myself going back, man, this guy's getting on my nerves. So it took a little while for me to click with Dave McRae and his style and all that, but I like him. Yep, I'm always there to support. So like I was telling J-Man, now I haven't subscribed to his channel yet, or Destiny's, or anyone else's yet. Like I was telling him, you know, I don't want to get too many movie channels under my belt, because, you know, although I enjoy movies, I'm not like this crazy movie addict, you know, movie buff. You know, I can talk, you know, some older movies all day long, but I don't keep up with a whole lot of new stuff. And you know, once you hear this channel say it, and this channel say it, and this channel say it, and this, you know, it becomes like, you know, you're wondering why you're subscribed to 15 different channels that are talking about the same thing. So, but I'm all about supporting good people, and I am going to check them out because they deserve it, because I think that they might have subscribed to my channel. And I don't do sub for sub, but if I find something interesting, I try to support people, especially good people. I like good people. The world needs more of them. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. So yeah, try to keep my reviews from fans' point of view. I got to pick some things. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hey, that's what's good about movies. You know, you can just watch them brain dead, or you can, you know, go in there and just kind of pick stuff apart sometimes, and it takes multiple viewings sometimes, you know, to kind of see things, and that's kind of interesting. Either it's kind of mixed in and hidden, and you didn't see it, or maybe your brain just didn't function quick enough or something. So it's always neat whenever you go back and you watch something and you're like, man, I didn't notice that, I didn't see that, or I never heard that, or, you know, so that's always pretty cool with movies. Of course, with like classic movies and that, you know, that I grew up with in 70s and 80s, you know, let's face it, guys, we got the best of the cinematic world in those years. And it's like I tell my kids, you know, I don't want to say how old they are because I done forgot. 94 and 96 is when they were born. You do the math. But, you know, I try to tell them that they, you know, they just don't understand that where, you know, I came from. I actually was born and raised during that whole time where everything came into the picture, and the plan and the fruition, and, you know, from video games to modern, you know, TV and sitcoms to the movies and all that stuff. It just went on a whole new level. So, hey, bud, just checking in. Way to go. Hey, thanks to review. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. 200 subs. I'm shooting for 200,000 by the end of the weekend. All right. I like doing 80s reviews. That's my jam. Oh, yeah. Well, then I'll probably have to check you out. I have noticed whenever I've seen you, you know, in the videos that I've seen you in, that you do seem to stick a lot to the older stuff, which that's good. So, and I really appreciate the fact that Brad and Brett go and they watch these older movies and they can appreciate them for what they are, and not be like a lot of younger people and be like, "Ew, that's stupid." You know, there's so many younger people that are so lost in like shiny, you know, CGI and just all in your face and crazy, and they can't give anything else a try unless it's that. So yeah, 80s videos. Yeah. I just viewed 76 Assault on Precinct 13, first ending Hero and the Terror. Assault on Precinct 13. I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if that's one I've seen. That's, there's a few movies even from my time that I haven't seen, and I don't want to mention a couple because you guys will unsubscribe. So, I was born in 79. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. You're an old man like me. Well, almost. I was born in 71. I'll be 50 this year. Old man. 80s videos are fun. I love the older movies because most original ideas and told those stories great and have iconic cinema characters. That's right. You're right, Goodwill Hunting. And that's what I like about music from my time and TV from my time and movies from my time. And, everything up until the 70s was kind of a certain way. And then the 70s and really the 80s really ushered in just a whole different, a whole different culture. That's where the pop culture really started booming, is the 80s. And pop is not a bad thing. Some people like to look at pop as a trash. But, if it wasn't for pop, we wouldn't have a lot of things in our lives. Pop just means popular. So there's a lot of amazing things that we got to grow up with and see developed, which that's why I stand so strong and so firm with my generation. I was born in the 70s, but I'm really an 80s kid because, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, you're born, and when you get about 10 years old, that's when you really start your generation. So really, for me, that's just how I look at it. Sometimes it annoys me that all people want to talk about is horror. That's it. They ever show a real man, a real movie. Right. Yeah. I mean, horror movies are probably my favorite genre, especially the older me. I've always loved horror movies. Fact is, I went to see original Halloweens and original Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Streets and all that in the theater. And I'm lucky. Yeah, I'm old, but I'm lucky that I'm the age that I am because I got to see that. But there is a lot of other movies out there and a lot of other genres that do, that are amazing. The review, check it out. What movie iconic cinema? Hey, the review. What are you talking about? You need to check that out. Which one? Speaking of J-Man, can you see my I got a couple of albums up there. Those are all original Kiss albums from whenever I was a little kid. I was into Kiss really big, and I had actually about somewhere between 7 to 10 albums. And stupid me is a stupid kid and a stupid boy that does. I destroyed them. I shot them with a BB gun and broke them and did stupid things. And that's Kiss Destroyer. That's Gene Simmons' release, his solo, and Peter Criss, his solo album. Now, there's actually a different album in one of them. I don't remember what it is, but of course it's one of them that I destroyed. I guess I just destroyed the album cover and not the album. So I haven't played them things since I was a little kid. So I've just had them all these years. Oh, Assault on Precinct. Yeah, I might have to check that out. I've heard of it, and sometimes you hear of stuff, hear of movies, and you just don't give them a try because they just don't sound like really your cup of tea, like it's something you'd really enjoy. So, and sometimes when you watch them, they end up being, wow, the greatest thing you ever watched. Nice. I was thinking of jumping on the old vinyl bandwagon, not collecting a whole lot, but just getting like certain albums and things that I remember. Like I had the original Thriller when it came out. Matter of fact, I played that album so many times it got warped and worn out. And then I moved over to the cassette. then I moved over to the CD. Then so yeah, vinyl is interesting, and it's so weird when you think back of how primitive all those technologies are, but they're still really relevant and prevalent in today's times. Really, they just have a different feel to them. Everything we have is digital. I got rid of all my CDs. I ripped all my CDs to my hard drive like 20 years ago. Literally, like 99 or 2000 is whenever I started doing all that. I had hundreds of CDs. And albums I haven't had in years except for those right there. But they're just a whole different beast. And even with cassettes, I used to have a really nice stereo system. I don't anymore. I got rid of everything because we moved and all that stuff. But years ago, I had an amazing stereo system, hi-fi, all this stuff, all that great stuff. And I'd make some really good cassettes and make them sound really good and just see what I could tweak and make them sound even better and do this and that. And I really loved all that stuff. I got to get on reviewing some Johnny Winter records. Johnny Winter Records. How long you been growing that beard? How long have I been growing this beard? Since yesterday. Golly, I don't know. Maybe a year and a half. Something like that, maybe. Something like that. I was gonna now I'm gonna play with it. I was gonna get a Santa Claus outfit, costume, uniform, whatever you call them. And I was gonna play Santa Claus at some point. Expenses all on me, get the outfit and get candy and stuff like that, and I was gonna just walk around my town and let kids come to me, and big kids and adults and whoever, and give people a little bit of free joy. You know how some people like to charge money to do that stuff. Well, I was gonna do all that and walk around our court square during the holidays with the lights and the Santa Claus house over there and all that stuff, and then walk around Walmart and all that stuff. And but I didn't get around to it because I wasn't sure, number one, how I would do. Now I'm good at pretending to be happy, but at the same time I wasn't sure how I would really react to having that much attention, because I know that it would get a lot of attention. And a quick little story of myself is I have depression, and so I'm not sure how that how it would totally work out. Like I said, I'm good at being the life of the party if I want to still, but at the same time I still have to fight with my ignorant depression side. So anyway, long story short and short story long. I don't know, probably a year and a half or so. Not real certain. Favorite horror movie and favorite movie of all time. Man, you had to ask that, didn't you? That's one of the hardest questions in the world. What's your favorite video game, your favorite movie, your favorite TV show, your favorite actor, that's a booger. Well, a movie that I've watched about 9 million times, and I can literally watch it probably every day. Even if I'm not paying full attention to it, I could watch it every day. That would be the original Halloween from '78. Is it my favorite horror movie? I don't know. Like we've had the discussion before on some of the stuff you've done. The Shining. The Shining is one of the greatest movies ever put to film, in my opinion. I absolutely I love it, and I'm just fixated on it anytime I watch it. Love it. Friday 13th, 1 through about 5 for me is what I like. Nightmare on Elm Street, I like really the first one, and I can watch the first maybe 3 or 4 and I'm okay, but really the first couple are great. Blair Witch Project is my favorite as far as that movie goes, as far as those type of movies. And I've watched it probably 1,000 times. I don't know. Watched it in the theater originally, and still love it. I know you had to. That's a tough one. A favorite movie of all time? It's gonna be, and there's so many classic movies that I've grown up with. I mean, you know what I've grown up with, but it's gonna be. I might lump them into like a group, but it'd probably be like the Indiana Jones movies, Star Wars movies. Whew, that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough one. A lot of history with me and those movies, and seeing a lot of them in theater. My grandma was actually a big fan of the Star Wars movies, and she and I seen actually a couple of the originals in the theater. Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. We actually seen those in the theater when they originally were released. I don't believe I've seen the first one in theater. I may have. I don't know. It may just be my brain thinking I did. But Indiana Jones, man, those are good movies. Like almost perfect. They're just almost perfect. Amazing. I even like Kingdom of Crystal Skull. You know, call me crazy, but I loved it. You know, I've watched it probably 30 times. You know, I've only seen Psycho maybe once or so. I don't think it really connected with me. I don't know if it was just a little bit outside my time frame, or if it's just a little bit outside my zone of what I can kind of connect with. I don't really know, but I think I've really only seen it one time. The Thing, 1982. Ooh, that's a good one, man. I mean, what's funny is a lot of us guys that talk about movies and all that stuff. Man, we have our set stuff. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, we're all pretty much in agreement as to like the top movies of all time. You know, the greats, and because all these movies always come up, it's just. And that's why it's hard to connect to a lot of movies these days for me, because we grew up with such greats. And even some of you younger people in here, you know, you go back and you watch these, and some of you actually appreciate them, and you see the greatness, and you're just blown away. And so, I don't know. Cinema, to me, is like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of with music. It's like, like I don't listen to anything current music anymore. Nothing. I listened to really bad older music that I didn't even like to begin with before I listened to anything new. I can't do it. Yep, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, that was good. And I've grown to actually be okay with the remake of Elm Street just because I like the guy who plays Freddy. I think the movie in general is kind of boring with the other characters, but I think the guy that does Freddy, I would be totally okay with him taking over for Robert Englund. That's just my opinion on it. And I like the in-depth story of it with the child molesting and all that. I think that adds to it. Yep, J-Man, the original Rocky. Man, you don't get a much better story than the Rocky movies. Everyone a lot of people like to look at them as just goofy boxing movies, but they are some of the most intriguing, touching love stories to have ever been filmed. And Sylvester Stallone and Maria Shriver, whatever her name is, I don't forgot her name. Even Burt Young and the other guys, the acting in there, it don't even look like acting. If you see the way that they talk and the way that they move and just kind of the way that everything flows off their tongue, and just, it's so real. It's amazing. Good Will Hunting. You're learning real quick. The 80s is the greatest era of films. Well, I hate to be that guy that says that, but it's true. I mean, the 90s had some good stuff. I mean, we can pick apart, we can look at Jurassic Park. We can look at the Ace Ventura movies. Hey, I love those. Dumb and Dumber. Even Truman Show, and yeah, I'm mentioning some Jim Carrey movies, but for me, the 90s was a lot of Jim Carrey. He's probably my favorite comedian ever. Hey, J-Man, I appreciate you tuning in. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys, all the success in the world with your channel. I hope you get 10 million subscribers and take it to the moon and back, buddy. Appreciate it. I try to get my kid to watch some classic movies. It never goes well. The review. How old is your kid? That might be some of the problem there. Kids today just don't have the appreciation, I don't think. And I know that our parents could probably say the same thing about us, and their parents could say the same thing about them, and but the fact of the matter is, like I said, cinema changed from the 70s and the 80s and all that. It totally changed. It's not the same as it was in them early days, And my kids, my boys can watch some older movies. They don't mind some of the stuff, but then their taste, mostly my young kid, my youngest boy, his taste is a little different. He likes a lot of horror. He likes a lot of that, but he don't like too much of the old stuff. He don't mind Halloween and Friday 13th and stuff, but he might not see the greatness in like The Thing or The Shining or stuff like that. Do I have social media? If you don't mind me asking, this is Britman. Well, the only social media I have would be YouTube and Facebook. My Facebook is, my name's Michael, Michael Thorne, Thorne. And you'll know that it's me, not just because of my name, but my little profile picture is a circle, and it's got a globe that I made, a little globe, and it's got like people around it, like doing sports or whatever. It's yellow and white and black. And anyway, if you look me up on there, I'm on there. I post a lot of the stuff that I post on YouTube. I'll post my links on there, but I also share other things, that I'm doing throughout my day. I try to keep everything cool. Once in a while, I might freak out and put something from the news in there because it really irks the crap out of me or something. But I try to always stay away from news and politics and religion because I don't care about any of that stuff. Yeah, if you're still there, the review. Yeah, let me know the age of your kid. I assume probably under the age of 15. But anyways, in case some of you guys weren't around, here's a new piece to my life, my new bench. I have dumbbells on order. They'll be here in a few weeks. They're coming from Canada. I used to work out all the time, and I quit working out because my shoulder is screwed up. But I feel like I can at least get a few things for the home and try to incorporate a little bit of strength training into my day and incorporate it into my YouTube channel. So, let's do its name, and I'll be doing a finger point with the finger point of doom. What's up? Yeah, I'll look for you. Let me look for you right now. As a matter of fact, I got Facebook pulled up actually. Let me see. Brett Stewart. Brett Stewart. Yep. I see you in the tux. Look at you in the sexy suit. I will add you. Looking like a boss. Maryville, Tennessee. Hey, I'm a Tennessee guy myself. I live in West Tennessee. I live in Henry County. Just on the other side of Kentucky Lake. Or Tennessee River. Whatever you want to call it. Well, yeah, I have a few things lined up that I'm waiting on. Like I mentioned a while ago, I'm still waiting on Mr. Stimulus to roll in the bank account, and I have a few things on that I'm fixing to be going click, 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 and buying and incorporating into my channel and kind of getting some new stuff going on. Yeah, Tennessee. I'll pretend that I'm a fan of sports, like Tennessee sports and that. Yeah, Tennessee, man. I'm not really into sports. I was into the 90s Bulls, though. I watched them pretty much religiously all through the 90s. That's when I thought I was Michael Jordan. Where's Brad at? Where's he? Is he doing the family thing tonight? I figured you guys will be doing a video tonight. I haven't checked. I was on YouTube right before I started live streaming, and I didn't see anything new popping up. So I go and I check all the time. Like a lot of people rely on, pop-ups or whatever, giving them notifications and stuff. I don't rely on all that. I'm on YouTube all day long. I go to my subscriptions, see if anything's there. If it is, I watch it. So I don't rely on notifications. And I always try to support everybody that supports me, and I support all my channels that I'm subscribed to. And maybe not monetary wise necessarily, but I do give you watch time and thumbs up and a comment. If even hey, thanks for the video or good video or whatever. So I always try to support my channels that I'm subscribed to. And I do know that you're a wrestling fan, which is pretty cool. I'm no longer a wrestling fan. I've went back over the last few months and I've tried to kind of keep up with stuff and kind of just, kind of see things a little bit here and there, but I just can't get into it. Once we got through the 80s, 90s, and the Attitude Era and all that stuff with WCW and WWF and all that stuff, you can't compare to it today. Even though, there's some good talent out there, it's, and I think a lot of it's also that we're older, and so, we don't really see things the same as maybe we did a few, years ago. So he's working. Unfortunately, we filmed one last night. Got according to tomorrow live show Sunday. We got 2 live shows on this channel. Busy weekend. Favorite wrestler?
Well, you know what? The Macho Man was one of my favorite. Oh yeah.
How do you like that? I like me some Macho Man. Was he my favorite? I don't know. Of course, I was, if we're going to go back, I don't want to go back too far because, wrestlers changed from 70s and 80s, kind of up. So, I'm probably going to say, of course, Hogan, even though there, a lot of people don't like Hogan. I like Hogan. I like Ric Flair. He's an idiot, and that's what I like about him. There's nothing better than seeing him getting in his woo fits and flopping on the ground and all that stuff and taking off his clothes and shoes and throwing stuff. And Goldberg, I was a huge Goldberg fan. Let's see. Really a lot of your big guys. And during the Wolfpack and the NWO and all that stuff, all them guys. Of course, in WWF, once I finally started going that route, and mixing watching both. Of course, Stone Cold and The Rock and Mick Foley, I'm not a huge Undertaker fan. I respect the guy, but I'm not a huge Undertaker fan. Never was a Bret Hart fan. I know, crazy. Or an Owen Hart fan. Shawn Michaels was okay, and there's a lot of lesser known wrestlers that I liked. Okay along the way, but most people are gonna say that like mostly your big name wrestlers. No Brock Lesnar or any of these newer guys that come along. Orton, I'm no fan of Randy Orton or any of that, or like I said, it's hard to compete. Wrestling is kind of the same with like movies, and music from the 80s and 70s, and once wrestling went past that point, it's hard to go back, because I believe that we got the best in that period of time. I mean, you had everybody following wrestling during the mid 90s to the early 2000s. Everybody was crazy over it. Women, kids, men, everybody. So, how about you? What is your favorite wrestler? Mr. Bret. Mr. Bret. Probably Bret the Hitman Hart. That's who.
Need a little excitement.
200 subscribers. Now, if it was only 200,000. I got out like 800 videos now. Yeah, there's a few of them that's like home movie type stuff. But let's say I have 700 videos. That's a lot of videos to get out. And just reaching 200. And I know I don't stick to one subject like a lot of people do. I know I'm all over the place, but to me, that's interesting. And I really enjoy channels that do that myself. No order. CM Punk, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and a tie between Heartbreak Kid and Bret Hart. I knew you'd like Bret Hart. I knew it. It's the name. It's got to be the name. I can't say that I like CM Punk. Edge. I like Edge. I liked Edge years ago when he was with Christian and all that. Years ago. Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, he was. I really liked Eddie Guerrero. Him dying sucked. And Chris Benoit. What happened during that whole thing? It all sucks. Kurt Angle. Despite him being a little annoying turd for a lot of his run that we knew him years ago, he was kind of an annoying little turd. He was a decent character, I liked him. And Shawn Michaels, I like Shawn Michaels. There's lots of old wrestlers that I don't really know. Even my grandma, kind of a funny story. My grandma liked wrestling. We used to watch it like the old school, like from Jackson, Tennessee, and like the Mid-South type stuff, like where a lot of the guys kind of got their start, like Jerry the King Lawler or whatever, and and a lot of these people started there. And we actually used to watch that like Fridays or Saturdays, whatever it was. And yeah, I started out at a long time ago. Wrestling is interesting, I mean, we know it's staged. It's it's no different than a movie or anything else. We know it's staged, but once I hit a certain point, and I noticed, the characters weren't as good, the stories weren't quite as good, and then you add into that you're realizing and just kind of going ahead and admitting that, well, it's all staged and all that, I don't take away from the coolness, from the athleticism of it and the dangers. Doesn't take away from that at all. I just think things kind of hit you a little different. I think once you get a little older, sometimes. Not for everybody. Boy, I miss wrestling from the mid 90s till about 2003, 2004. That's about when I watched it religiously. Like, it was on multiple nights a week, and I would flip between them if they were on the same nights, and flip, 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 flip. So, that was some really good, just crazy, over-the-top stuff. Really enjoyed it. So you might think, being my age, that I would look at maybe even earlier wrestling, from the 80s. More where Hogan and Mr. T and Junkyard Dog and all these different people, and Andre the Giant, and a lot of these people were kind of big in their own world in their own time, from the, say, maybe late 80s into the 90s. But I didn't really fall into that category. Once I kind of stopped watching wrestling in the early and maybe mid to 80s, once I stopped watching there, I didn't really follow it again until really like 95, 96, and then on up to the early 2000s. So
the ruthless aggression era.
Wasn't that like the early 2000s or 2010, or wasn't that in that era, kind of after the aggression era or whatever? Like I said, I kind of fell out, so kind of lost. Come on, Mr. Stimulus. Okay, yeah, like 2000. Yeah, because it was after the aggression era. Yeah, some good times, man. If you don't take it, if you don't take wrestling like right on the nose, or too seriously, it can be a lot of fun. Even at my age, but unfortunately, I just kind of fell out of it years ago. But it's still fun. It's interesting to see what they do, and I watch some. I'll periodically just kind of click on things and see like little updates or little, news segments or something on it. On my other channel, I got another account or whatever on my other account. I don't have any videos or anything. I use it to like subscribe to like some odd channels. Like I'm into bodybuilding and and I got wrestling stuff on there, and so it's dedicated to that. Just for my purpose of watching, not posting anything. So I do keep up with some of that, and some of the like the real low tier like mom and pop wrestling organizations that travel around and stuff. I watch, just bits and pieces here and there, some of that stuff. It's interesting to see the like bottom tier, and then compare it to like the top tier. It's really it's crazy. Big difference. Those small shows, those small hometown shows can be fun though, I think I've went to a couple here in my town. We've had a couple roll through, and it's fun. Whew, man. Well, heck. I don't know. I feel like I've done all I can do tonight. I've celebrated. I didn't have any drinks, any mixed drinks, or any alcohol, nothing like that. I just got water. Just some water. I feel like I've celebrated. Kind of went over a couple of things with my channel early on. What I'm incorporating, and waiting on stimulus to get some more things. And I thanked everybody. I thanked all my subscribers and people that have supported me and all that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. And I'm probably going to go live stream on Old Mental Pickle. That's where I live stream video games. Old Mental is one word, and Pickle is the last word. So I appreciate you chiming in and taking part, and I really appreciate it. And to J-Man and to the other guys, the review, and whoever else was in here. I really appreciate it. I don't get a whole lot of action on my live streams usually, so that's fun, having some interaction and fun and some back and forth. I really appreciate it. So anyways, I'll be looking for your videos, Mr. Britman. I'll be watching for you. Tell Brad I said howdy, and I'll see him soon. And don't forget, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to mikiesonTV and Old Mental Pickle. All right? Get up, get out, get rad, do it to it. And we'll see you guys later. 200 more, guys. 200 more. See ya.